Chapter 7 Assessments and Recognition. Section 7A, Airman Comprehensive Assessment. 7.1, Airman Comprehensive Assessment Administration. The Airman Comprehensive Assessment, ACA, is used during formal communication between a rater and a RATI to communicate responsibility, accountability, USAF culture, and airmen's critical role in support of the mission, individual readiness, expectations regarding duty performance, and how well the RATI is meeting those expectations. Also, during feedback sessions, raters will provide the RATI with the most current USAF benefits fact sheet. The ACA is designed to increase airman interaction and support at all levels, provide airmen an opportunity to discuss personal and professional goals, and assist airmen in achieving those goals. Once the ACA has been completed, raters will give the original, completed, and signed worksheet to the RATI, and maintain copies of all completed ACAs and all signed ACA notices, or appropriate statements, Reg AF only. Unit commanders are responsible for developing a tracking mechanism for ACAs and ensuring they are conducted properly. Raters will monitor personnel to ensure ACAs are conducted, as required. When a lower-level rater is not available due to unusual circumstances, or when officially assuming the subordinate rater's responsibilities, the rater's rater will conduct ACA sessions in place of the rater. Rates are responsible for knowing when their ACA sessions are due. When a required or requested ACA does not take place, rates will notify the rater and, if necessary, the rater's rater. ACAs are mandatory for officers up through the rank of colonel, and for all enlisted Reg AF and Air Reserve component personnel. For student officers receiving AF Form 475, Education/Training Report, or for enlisted personnel in initial or advanced skills training, an ACA is not required, but may be given at the discretion of school leadership. For performance evaluations completed on non-rated initial or advanced skills training students, documented academic progress reports, such as the AETC Form 156, Student Training Report, will serve in lieu of the mandatory midterm ACA. The midterm ACA is a mandatory supporting document to be routed with the performance evaluation, but will not be made a matter of official record. 7.2, Guidance for conducting ACA sessions. Effective feedback is a realistic assessment of an individual's performance. Raters should be impartial and provide honest, realistic feedback. The private, face-to-face feedback session is an opportunity to inform an individual of where they need improvement, determine if an individual needs more information, and set future expectations. It also lets the RATI know what needs to be done before the evaluation performance report is due. Feedback, whether positive or negative, needs to be specific. Specific positive comments reinforce the behavior, and specific negative comments focus the attention where the RATI needs improvement. Raters may only conduct sessions by telephone in unusual circumstances where face-to-face sessions are impractical. 7.3, Airman Comprehensive Assessment Worksheet. ACA worksheets are used to document formal communication between raters and rates, and may be used on the RATI's evaluation. Each section of the form should be filled out to the best of the RATI's and raters' ability. The RATI completes Section 3 on their own and reviews Section 9, AB through Technical Sergeant, or 8, Master Sergeant through Chief Master Sergeant, prior to the feedback session. The areas following Section 3 are completed by the rater. Sections are broken into various categories to allow raters to objectively indicate the RATI's level of performance in each area. There are 3 different ACA worksheets, designated for use based on the RATI's rank. AF Form 724, Airman Comprehensive Assessment, 2 LT through Call. AF Form 931, Airman Comprehensive Assessment, AB through Ssgt. AF Form 932, Airman Comprehensive Assessment, MSGT through CMSGT. 7.4, When to conduct the Airman Comprehensive Assessment. In most cases, the military personnel flight will provide a computer-generated ACA notice to raters and rates within 30 days of when supervision begins, identifying initial or follow-up ACA sessions, as required, and again halfway between the time supervision began and the projected performance report closeout date, identifying midterm ACA session requirements. The notice serves to remind raters that an ACA session is due. However, failure to receive an ACA notice does not justify failing to hold a required session. The Air National Guard does not currently have an automated process for ACA notices and may use an alternate form of communication to notify raters and rates of ACA schedules. All initial ACA sessions must be conducted within the first 60 days of when supervision begins. This will be the RATE's only initial feedback until there is a change of reporting official. The rater must conduct a midterm ACA session midway between the date supervision begins and the next evaluation projected closeout date. For the end of reporting period, the rater conducts the ACA session within 60 days after the evaluation has been accomplished. Note: rates may request a feedback as long as 60 days have passed since the last session. For Chief Master Sergeants and Colonels, the initial ACA is the only feedback required. Air Reserve component personnel do not require an ACA if action is pending in accordance with AFI 36-3209, Separation Procedures for Air National Guard and Air Force Reserve members, September 20, 2011. If the RATE is due an annual evaluation and the period of supervision is less than 150 days, the rater conducts the ACA approximately 60 days before the projected evaluation closeout date. For lieutenant through captain only, if an evaluation is due to a change of reporting official, the new rater will do an initial feedback. This feedback may be accomplished using the ACA worksheet, but documentation is not required. For Airman Basic, Airman, or Airman First Class, with less than 20 months of total active federal military service, after the initial feedback, a midterm ACA session is conducted every 180 days until the rater writes a performance report or a change of reporting official occurs.